What's going on? Welcome back to 100% NUFC. I hope you're all doing really well. Now, Newcastle United take on Manchester United in the Premier League this Sunday at St James's Park. It's a 2:15 kickoff, and it's one of the biggest fixtures in the Premier League calendar. It is so for us, as it goes way back to the 90s when Kevin Keegan came up against Alex Ferguson. Newcastle United had a 12-point lead at the top of the Premier League table, and Kevin Keegan used those war of words against Alex Ferguson, and it surely bit when the arse. And Manchester United won the Premier League title from trailing 12 points, and fair play to them, for winning the league. And we haven't really won the league since, and we haven't been anywhere near doing that. Now, Manchester United, fair play to them. They're a big club, successful club. They've got a great fan base. Alex Ferguson is a top quality manager. He's been there, done it, won it. And, you've got to congratulate him for what he's done. And he's set a benchmark for all the managers that have been there, from when he retired. Now, it's been two contrasting eras. You look at Manchester United, they've been winning things, whereas us, on the other hand, we're shit. Since the Champions League era of Bobby Robson, we're spiraled out of control. We went from there to the Europa League to finishing mid-table. We've had two relegations. We've had shit managers. We've had Joe Kinnear. We've had John Carver. We've had Steve McClaren. And we're only just recovering now under Rafa Benitez. The owner doesn't take any credit either. He's shit. He doesn't really have any ambition for the club. And that's why we don't really compete in the top six anymore. A lot of clubs do see us as a massive club. And why we're not competing for the European positions, well, you've only got to ask the owner why we don't do that. And, he's not the same as the fans. And when you're only getting bargain deals from, Sports Direct, then it tells you a lot, really, that you have to know about Newcastle Football Club. It's us what made the club what it is. Without us, the owner's nothing, and the owner wouldn't be there. And why would we want to boycott games? Because, we're then not them sort of fans. And anyway, going off track. Massive game, going into this one at St James's Park. We're not really on the best run of form. If you look at the Premier League table, on Manchester United's half, our opponents, Manchester United, currently sitting second in the Premier League. They are currently 13 points off the top of their neighbours, Manchester City. They've got it all to do. I don't think they're going to be winning the Premier League anytime soon. I know we bottled it at 12 points, but Man City have got far too much of a good team. For me, they won the Premier League months ago. No one was catching them. Nobody expected Man City to have the run that they did. But Manchester United ought to be doing better with the squad that they've got and the players that they've bought over the last couple of windows. Now, Mourinho, if you look at him, he's never won at St James's Park before, but he's slowly but surely starting to get the correct balance at Manchester United, and it didn't really work out for him when he first got there. He has won the Europa League and he's done well in the League Cup, but in terms of this season, they didn't exactly get off to the best start, but they're slowly turning things around. They've just brought Alexis Sanchez from Arsenal to add a bit more attacking prowess up front. You've only got to look at his track record at Arsenal. It speaks for itself, and he's a top player, and he's going to cause us problems at St James's Park this Sunday, and he can cause a real problem to anybody. And he's got trickery, he's got skill, and Mourinho is one of the best coaches in the world to teach him more and to learn him more. He's not really going to win much at Arsenal. No disrespect to Arsenal, but if the FA Cup is all that they can do, then Manchester United, you should be going there and trying to do it honours and trying to be in the Champions League final and make a name for yourself. Now, Man United, they've got quality. They've got Pogba in that midfield. He's going to cause a massive problem. He likes to drive forward. He likes to have a shot from distance, and he's only going to get better. And some of the clubs that he's played for speaks for itself. Now, they've got Martial. They've got in goal David De Gea. One of the best keepers in the league. They've got Valencia there. He's been brilliant. He's been a different player under Jose Mourinho. He's definitely found his form this season anyway, and he's getting better. And you look at that whole Manchester United team. It's going to be tough because they like to keep the ball. They like to create a lot more opportunities now than they used to. And it's going to be a real struggle for us because if you look at us on the other hand, we come into this game off the back of a draw against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. And if you look at the two games, Burnley at home and Crystal Palace, we ought to be picking up at least 4 points at the very least for those two fixtures, and we haven't. And it's disappointing. Our home performances this season simply haven't been good enough. Yes, you can question Rafa Benitez for his formation, the way he's attacked games and the way we've just defended at times. We could be doing better. But are we really going to get anything against Manchester United this Sunday at St James's Park? No, I don't think so. I think Manchester United are too good. The best that we can hope for is a draw, but I don't really have any hope. I mean, if we're dropping points against Watford, Bournemouth, Brighton, Burnley, what makes you think we're going to get points against Manchester United this Sunday at St James's Park when they've got far too much of a good team? And we haven't really done great against the top six this season at St James's Park, and we could be doing better, and that's why we are where we are in the league table. If I take a look for you, we're 16 points. We're 16th in the league, and it's looking very tight down there. We're a point above the 18th place and 19th place, and it's so tight. About 10 teams could be sucked into that relegation zone between now and the end of the weekend. And yeah, it's looking desperate for Newcastle. And I think overall, we've got to defend a lot in this game. I know in terms of formation, I'm going to go for a one up front. I don't think we're going to see a lot of the ball. Man United are going to have the possession. We're going to have to hit them on the counter attack. That's how we're going to have to play. I know a lot of you will say in the comments, well, we're at home, we're going to have to give it a go, but it's Man United. If you do that, like Man City, like Liverpool, like Arsenal, they'll pick you off, and that's what they'll do. And they've got the quality. We don't have that. In terms of the team, I reckon he'll go with Slimani. I reckon he'll make his debut, who we've signed from Leicester. I reckon he'll go with Christian Atsu. You'll go with Richie on one side. In the middle, I reckon he'll go with Diome and possibly Shelby. At the back, he'll go with Dummett and Manquillo. And then you go with Captain Jamal Lascelles and possibly Kieran Clark. I'm not too sure about that because he's been a bit like that lately, not doing the best. And it's looking a bit concerning for Kieran Clark, because I do like him, but he's been making a few costly errors, which has cost for points. And obviously in goal, I'd like to see Dubravka start. I hope he does get his chance at St James's Park, because if he doesn't, I was disappointed that he didn't start against Crystal Palace. Then I am a little bit worried, because you don't sign someone for 6 months, like I keep saying, and not play them. I mean, he looks at a really good prospect, and if he does play bad against Manchester United, I won't judge him, because Man United, they're a good team. They've got quality, whereas we don't. And the likes of Hossley will probably start off the bench. Dwight Gale might possibly start off the bench, but again, it's Rafa. I'm talking before the press conference, so anything could possibly change. Now, score prediction, I think Man United will have too much for it. I'm going to go for a 2-0 to Manchester United. Now, I want to know what your score predictions you would put for this game. As long as we don't get absolutely annihilated, I'm going to be happy. 2-0. It's Man United. There's not a lot you can do about it. They're a good team. We don't exactly have the team. It's been a poor transfer record. I mentioned Kennedy as well. I reckon he might come off the bench. I don't think he'll start. If he does, then fair plays. But he's trying to find his fitness, so it's a bit if in touch at the moment. Yes, I'm going to go 2-0 Manchester United. I am positive for Newcastle, but in terms of the teams that we're playing, you've got to be realistic. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. How are the lads? And I'll see you all later. Peace.